All right, man. Peace. Yo, brothers. The dating world is a very complex world right now. You don't really know what the hell you're getting into. A lot of you guys, you go out with a chick and you think it's a chick, end up being a chick with a dick. You don't know what the hell is going on. Some of you guys think that you're going to meet the woman of your dreams over the internet. You get on these dating apps and you think that you might just meet a chick that you could schmang out. You have to be very, very careful. A lot of demons out here, man. I caught a couple of very good segments on the CBS Nightly News. I said, you know what, let me do a video about this. Because a lot of guys out here think they're getting a piece of ass and they end up getting a piece put in their mouth. When I say a piece, I'm talking about that heavy metal. Dude have a burner and pull out on you because you get caught up in a scheme. This is what a couple of these segments are pertaining to. So please watch yourself, take your time. Like I always state, when it comes to these females, take your time. Because they are like the Russian doll. You open up that egg, there's another one inside, and then there's another one inside, and there's another one inside. All right? Like an onion. You pull back layers, there's another layer, another layer. And the more layers you pull back, the stronger the odor. So take your time when it comes to these women, man. Especially these liberal broads out here. They run all type of damn schemes. You got this dating app danger. Please pay very close attention to the graphic. All right? They have danger in yellow, meaning slow your ass down. Behind that, they have the heart. That's why I make these videos, brothers. They telling you indirectly to not allow your emotions to get ahead of you. That falling in love shit, you cannot allow that. A lot of you guys are ending up in very, very bad situations. Pay attention to the background. Right behind the phone, they have the series of zeros and ones. Meaning what? It's a program. Notice that the background graphic is in the shape of a tunnel. That's why I refer to it as the rabbit hole. It's in reference to the Matrix. They're telling you that these dating apps are a rabbit hole. Right? It's to another dimension. It's a portal to another dimension. Please be cognizant of that. When you meet these females on the internet, take your time, get to know them. You meet them in a public place. Go out with them once or twice. You decide you want to do something with them. You take them back to your place. You don't meet up with no woman the first time you seeing her. Oh, she's invited me to her place. I'm going to get some ass. Nah, bro. Nah. Ain't nothing meant to be that damn fast and easy. Like, don't get it twisted. You know, you don't want to take too much time to get to the, to get to the gusto, to get to the treasure. But at the same time, you can't be thirsty. Nigga, if you thirsty, get a glass of water, man. Stop trying to get a glass of coochie. That damn fast? Nah. If it's that easy, somebody just got it yesterday and then somebody else going to get it tomorrow. And you might not care about that, but please be very cognizant of the fact that a lot of these creatures out here are running scams and schemes. And if you're not careful, you'll end up on the nightly news. So anyway, let's see what they have to say.
Now to a string of heists in the Bronx with an unusual twist. Police say the suspects all used a dating app to get victims right where they wanted them. CBS 2's Dave Carlin reports from Morrisania.
This is the dating app account police say was used by criminals to lure 5 men. Nessa Love is the username, age 20 it says, but police say she's really a 16-year-old named Janessia Roberts.
Look at that shit. Now this broad is probably a half step away from being a prostitute if she's not already. Said that she lured 5 suckers. Most likely anywhere from her age of 16 all the way up to 30-something. All them niggas ended up with a pistol in their mouth. They thought they was going to have a nipple in their mouth. They ended up with a damn pistol in their mouth. Brothers, you meet these crazy broads on the internet. You take your time. You get to know them. You meet them somewhere. You don't got to spend a whole bunch of money on these broads. A lot of these broads, they straight out the hood. They ain't even expecting much. You take them to the movies or to McDonald's. But don't rush. Especially a lot of you cats out there that's 17, 18 years old. There's no rush, man. Take your time. A lot of these chicks that are not wired correctly upstairs. All women register on the crazy meter. It's just a matter of how crazy they are. So don't get caught up in any crazy shit because, niggas get out here getting set up. Good Lord.
experts. She is not a suspect, instead a person of interest police say they want to locate and talk to.
So let me get this straight. This broad is involved with 5 dudes getting stuck up, but she's not a suspect. She's just a person of interest. They're already ready to let her off. What they're saying is that we just want to talk to you. We know that you're out there. You're probably scared. You're probably getting pimped. You're most likely a prostitute. We just want to talk to you, see if we can get you to give us some information. That's what that translates to.
2 suspects are behind bars, 23-year-old Nathaniel Baptiste and 32-year-old George Livermore, both charged with multiple counts of robbery.
So we caught 2 guys. We believe that there's more suspects involved. We need to talk to the young lady, see if she's ready to spill the beans on how big the operation is.
And police are looking for a third, the man in this video, who they say used a stolen bank card to take money out of an ATM. The victims arrived at this building at 3428 Park Avenue in Morrisania. It's where Farah Renee lives. And her picture's here. Do you recognize her?
No.
She was aware of the string of robbery.
That bro recognized her. That might be her damn daughter. But when they come to the hood, you know the code is omerta, silence. He can't say shit, you know. Like the mother was like Young Jeezy. She said, "Look, bitch, if you get jammed up, don't mention my name." Hell, the mother might be the pimp. Who the hell knows? She might be the one in charge of the whole damn thing. Might be the madam.
In December and January, the victims range in age from 19 to...
Yeah, that's definitely the Bronx. Motherfucker walking down the street with pajama pants on.
...to 27 years old, confronted, then threatened with a weapon in some cases, a knife or a baseball bat, robbed of their phones, wallets, and one victim's electric scooter.
Damn. That's how you know it was some young dudes involved in that. Some little young dude thought he was going to get him some coochie. She's like, "Come over, meet me at my place." "Oh, okay, let me get my scooter. I'm going to stop at the corner store. You want some? I'm going to buy me some Nihilators and some bubble gum." Nigga came in there playing Chief Keef or NBA Youngboy, whatever you little young dudes listen to. End up with a damn baseball bat upside his head.
While most of these attacks and robberies happened out on the sidewalk, at least one happened here in this lobby. A 22-year-old victim held by one suspect, punched and robbed by another.
You have to be extra careful.
Security expert Manny Gomez says this is more common than you might think.
Of course it is. That's why I don't pay attention to those stats when they talk about this percentage of women reported being sexually harassed and only this percentage of men, because most men do not report that shit because most men are trained to brush shit off. If you were to have a survey and ask women how many of you have been sexually harassed on the job, not only are they going to be honest, but you're going to have some females who are going to state that they've been harassed who were not even harassed. Men get harassed in the workplace all the time. You know how many times if you're a good-looking man, you get women asking you if you have a woman, or how come you don't talk to them? How come you so quiet? How come you don't want to go out to lunch with them? All that shit counts as sexual harassment. But the average man is not going to bother reporting that. He's just trying to make his money and go home. Especially if it's a so-called black man. He's not trying to make no waves. He's just trying to keep his money coming in. Same thing with these dudes. They get caught up in these little catfish schemes. They don't want nobody to know. Because that's embarrassing for them. A little 18-year-old trying to get him a little bit of coochie. End up with a damn switchblade under his jaw. Little dude probably piss on himself. You know, go home, go in his bedroom. He's so distraught he can't play Xbox. He just start crying. Mama asked him what's wrong. He said, "Oh, nothing. I stubbed my toe." That's why I make these videos, brothers. Stay out of the trouble. Stay out of trouble, man. A lot of these bros ain't worth shit anyway. All right, you take your time. You get to know them. Get to figure out what they're about. Concentrate on your studying and working on making yourself a better person. You know, you going on youngbitch.com trying to meet you a little skeezer, end up getting caught up in some silliness.
And underreported.
There's a shame factor to go to law enforcement.
To vet.
You see that? It's a shame factor. You should be ashamed.
A potential date, he says, sleuth around a bit on the internet and make the first meeting in a place with lots of people around.
Absolutely. You meet you a cute little young thing on one of these dating apps. You say, "Okay, no problem. You know, let's go to the movies. I want to see Black Panther for the 14th time." Should go. Y'all go get some McDonald's or Burger King, whatever y'all eat. Y'all really shouldn't be eating that shit anyway, but Look, I already know most of y'all gonna eat that. So, you go take her for a little cheap date, maybe one time, maybe a second time, and then you take her back to your place. But hell no. The first time you meet a woman and she's telling you come to my place and I live in this building, in this area, first off, Google the location, man. Google the location. Make sure that it's not too desolate, but you shouldn't be heading to that woman's place anyway. You go out once or twice and then you take her back to your place if it's meant to be. But all that thirstiness, you end up in a really bad situation, bad predicament.
The last thing you want to do is just randomly meet somebody without knowing any form of background about the person.
Absolutely. A lot of cats are too damn thirsty. Right? Be going on, like I said, you going on meetayoungbitch.com and favoriting these broads, telling them that they look so good because you trying to get some coochie real quick. You need to stop that. Just concentrate on your studies and chill your ass out at home. Right? You meet a female, you go about it the right way. You go out a couple of times, you get to know her, make sure that she's not too crazy. And, take your time. When you're on the phone, listen to certain things that the female says, man. Check to see if she tries to start little stupid arguments for no reason. If she thinks that it's humorous or entertaining for her to try to emasculate you. These are little signs that everything is not all right with her upstairs. Does she have a male figure in the home? Make sure it's her father. How easy is it for her to jump from man to man? This is how you evaluate what type of female you're dealing with. Now, if you're just looking for a slide off, that's something different. But if you're just looking for a slide off, the same rules don't really apply. But you still have to make sure that you guard yourself at all times, man. You can't be too willy nilly, and that thirsty spirit that shit will get you killed. All right, because when you're thirsty like that, that means that you're gonna head into side dude territory. You're ready to be a side dude. Next thing you know, you're real sloppy, you're real stupid with it.
And especially meeting in a place of their choice.
Hopefully they learn some. These cases are...
This nigga look like Idris Elba, broke uncle.
The dating apps can turn into traps. In Morrisania, the Bronx, Dave Carlin, CBS 2 News.
Hey, you heard what they said. Dating apps can turn into traps. Keep that in mind. All right, so now here's going to be another story pertaining to dating apps, except this time the perpetrator is going to be a male and the victim in question is going to be a female. Please pay very close attention.
New at 11 now, Long Island man under arrest in Japan after investigators say a severed head was found in his suitcase.
And what's even worse, police say the man led them to locations in 2 separate cities where more body parts were found.
Listen to that shit. That's why I say you cannot trust these people you're meeting over the internet, man. You trying to meet somebody for the first time that you met over the internet and you think that that's going to be a trustworthy person. That takes a long time. This motherfucker over here chopping heads off, man.
CBS 2's Tony Aiello tells us how the man and the victim are believed to have met.
A stakeout by Japanese media at a house on Lynbrook Drive in Mastic Beach.
We were shocked. I was like I told my wife, it seems like Mastic Beach has gone international now.
7,000 miles from his Suffolk County home in Osaka, Japan, 26-year-old Yevgeny Bayraktar is shielded from cameras.
The Japanese don't play. They said, don't worry, we're going to cover you with shit because you're going to prison. It's going to be the worst experience of your life. You're going to go to Japanese prison. They're going to put chopstick up your ass.
He's in custody after police found the head of a missing Japanese woman in his suitcase.
Damn, they said they found the head of a missing Japanese woman in his suitcase. I guess the first night they met, she asked him, okay, what do you want? He said, I want some head. She thought he was talking about fellatio. She ain't know. That motherfucker really wants some head.
The gruesome discovery made at this building where Bayraktar was renting a room during a multi-week visit to Japan. The New Yorker reportedly led police to remote areas near Osaka and Kyoto.
You got to be a sick bastard. You know, a lot of these people, they grow up with those homicidal tendencies and they think that they can go abroad and perpetrate those heinous acts. We live in the surveillance age. Can you imagine how much of this was going on back in the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s. Wow. Whew. Goodness sakes. Once again, brothers, watch out for who you meet on these dating apps over the internet. Be very careful. You have a lot of nut jobs out here. As we know, normally when I talk about nut jobs, I'm just talking about crazy liberal women. Now also, you just have bugged out people who are homicidal. Last story was what? A chick using a dating app to set dudes up to get robbed. This one, you got dudes over here decapitating broads.
Where they found additional body parts. Investigators say this surveillance video shows Bayraktar walking with the woman he'd met on a social networking site. The circumstances of her death and dismemberment still unclear. A Japanese television network says it interviewed Bayraktar's mother, and she expressed shock at the allegations, saying her son has a long-time fascination with the country and wanted to marry a Japanese woman. Neighbors say the suspect and his family are quiet and private.
That's bullshit. She's not shocked about what happened. She's just extremely disappointed. A lot of these parents, they know when they have a child that is exhibiting extremely sociopathic traits. They know. They're just disappointed, but they're not shocked. I guarantee you he's had issues in the past where she may have walked into the room when he wasn't there, his room, and she said to herself, I hope that my child is able to assume a more balanced outlook on life, or he learns how to interact with people better. Now, some of us are more gregarious than others. Some of us like to be by ourselves, solitary, what have you. And then you have certain people who are sociopathic. They just battling demons. They have to find a way to give the demon that dwells within them expression. So if that means that they have to leave where they're from and go all the way across seas, or even go all the way across the country that they live in, they're going to do that. Unfortunately, there's people like that who are born every generation.
It was just a neighborly hello and goodbye.
And your reaction when you read up on the story?
My man name is Rick James. Oh, boy. Bet money when the camera went off, Rick James told a reporter, I always knew that little motherfucker was crazy. I told his mother that he was crazy. I told his mother that when I used to ask her out on dates, but she was acting all stuck up. I told her that's why your son is crazy.
On the story?
It's shocking to think that somebody was that close to you, next door.
Residents say they can't imagine how their neighbor ended up in such trouble so far from home.
It's easy because he's a homicidal maniac.
Tony Aiello, CBS 2 News.
And Japanese media report the female victim posted on social media she was going to meet an American. When she didn't return home, her family contacted the police.
Claims.
That's crazy. Once again, brothers, the moral of the story is make sure that you know who you're interacting with at all times. And that should just be a general rule in life. Even the dudes that you roll with, make sure that you know who you're rolling with. If you're an upstanding person and you're not about that drama, there shouldn't be anybody in your crew or in your clique that's about that drama. Some of these guys have to be cut off. You got to make an audit of your life intermittently. You have to make an audit of your life so that you can understand who you need to get rid of. Whether it's a woman, whether it's a so-called friend. Some of these people, their only intention, their only role or goal is to see how much they can hold you down or pull you back. But anyway, peace.